Hey guys, it's Bobby, your mortgage lender for SBA and mortgage loans. Today I'm going to ask and talk to you about the real estate agent and why I personally like to work with a real estate agent. I really don't get it. Some people, some tenant, if you're in a business operation looking for a retail space to lease, why would you want to negotiate your own lease term? I don't get it. Or even buying or selling your home. Why would you not want to have a professional do that task and work for you? I can see from a consumer's point of view about how much money you'd be saving. You believe that there is a lot of room of negotiation and saving some cost and money. But for my end, I'm going to share with you why do I like to work with a real estate agent. So not only that they negotiate for you in the retail space, the rent amount of square footage, probably the free rent, the TIs, but in their experience, and in my experience, sometimes it's not what you know, but it's who you know. Wouldn't you agree? For an example, in a situation recently, there was a retail space that had multiple qualified business operators that could have utilized a really high demand place because it was an existing business that was closing out. They went away, it's already built out, and they had a lot of great equipment that's already placed in there. So sometime working with an agent that already have experience or relationship, the landlord or the developer may work with someone that they already know versus if someone who did not have that relationship and you're starting all over, they probably give you a few $100 or $1,000 that you think that they're giving a good deal, but in reality, is it really a good deal? That's the first. Second part is for me as a bank, as a lender, if you're doing a business loan where there's equipment, spa chairs, kitchen equipment, any of those stuff, there's something called a UCCs that is attached to that, which states that in case of anything happened, you didn't pay up with a bank loan or didn't pay the rent before they lock out the business owner, they would inform the bank as well. So the bank have an opportunity to go in there, either liquidate it, sell it, or reassign that note. So there's a lot of verbiage into that lease agreement that I like to work with an agent, and they understand that. So they have a relationship contacting that developer and that legal team or that representing team to have those certain documents completed. In addition, third part, construction, because we also finance the construction and build out. Sometimes there is a misunderstanding or miscalculation of the dollar per square footage in the spec plan, or if the plan was not approved because you thought it was yay much of square footage and it turns out that it was short or too much, or because ADA, we needed more room for the restroom or the sink or the walk-in, the front door, back door. Any of those are factors. So getting clarification into the right department to prevent any delays or extra cost, that's why the agent would help me in communicating with the construction developing, especially if the developer is not providing air conditioning. Someone think that, oh, you would provide it because it's cheaper, but sometimes people do not know is that you cannot cut into the landlord property roofing because it will avoid their construction warranty with that landlord or with that developer or that represent company, whoever did that construction for the landlord part. So there's a lot of assumption that owner operators believe that they do know, when actuality, not to be disrespectful, there's a lot of other stuff besides just a dollar per square footage or the lease itself. So my thing is sometimes loan, I like to say it goes smoothly, but there's some hiccups that's found along the way. And having that being said, if I needed that loan to be it extended from closing date for 2 or 3 weeks, and I needed that lease to hit the commencement date or to extend the free rent period, that's where the relationship of the agents would help me. I'll be like, hey, you know what? There's a situation here. Can you help me get this amount due to be deferred or to be waived or any of that sort? So that's when the agents and all the team understand that we're trying to work together so that you start off on the right foot as a business owner operator. So that's for me why I like to use an agent, because when it's getting really difficult, that's when the team gets together. And quite frankly, to be quite honest, if there's not an agent involved, I would not pick up that loan file, only because I am not qualified to do a task that's specialized for certain agents that they're supposed to do. When I say they're supposed to, because they specialize in it, and I do not specialize in that sector. So I hope the information worked out. Give me a call, all information and website that you need to know. It's all in the description. So I hope you find this YouTube video useful. Subscribe and click like.